If your New Year's resolution for this year includes launching a new venture or side hustle, this video has the 12 absolute best books for you to read as an aspiring founder in 2024. I'm Doc John, the Entreprofessor, and I'm an entrepreneur and a professor of entrepreneurship at a top university. Here's my recommended reading list for this year. These are the books that will help you get started on a path to outrageous success, one for each month. Here they are. In January, start out with The Lean Startup by Eric Ries. This book is foundational for anyone who's thinking about entrepreneurship because it gives you the basics and the mindset of thinking like a starter or a founder. Eric Ries leads you through the process of coming up with a minimum viable product, the simplest way that you can prototype a product, and then you go through an iterative design process called Build, Measure, Learn. And this is really to support customer development, understanding who your customer is, the problem that you can solve for them, and how you can bring them value that they're willing to pay for. In February, I recommend The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. This isn't necessarily an entrepreneurship book, but it gives you so much in terms of the mindset for building multiple revenue streams, having clarity of purpose, and looking for ways to be efficient through automation and outsourcing, and really getting the most out of your life by applying these principles. For March, I recommend reading Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller. This is all about telling the story of your venture or startup or business idea in terms of your customer and really making the customer the hero of the story, because this is what's going to create that magnetic success for your business as it draws people in who want to see themselves in your story and see themselves as the hero in that story. If you're launching a new business in 2024, check out my online course called 21 Days to Launch with the Entreprofessor. This is a day-by-day guide to go from idea to public launch in just 3 weeks with useful tools, worksheets, skills, and techniques. Click on the link below and check it out. For April, I recommend The Doer's Manifesto by Luis Perez Breva. This is a formula for prototyping and innovation. While a bit overly prescriptive, it provides a useful framework for identifying problems that you see in the world and formulating hunches about how you could solve these problems in ways that generate profitable revenue for you. For May, I recommend Fantastic Failures by Luke Reynolds. Reynolds is a 7th grade teacher who wrote a book for his students telling them about really famous people who've been very successful in their life but failed early on. You're going to fail many times when you start a new venture, so this series of brief stories can be really helpful and inspiring and encouraging in terms of resilience and perseverance. For June, I recommend reading Organizational Muscle by Kevin Nolan. This book is about creating a strategy for building an organization that can consistently deliver value and innovations for decades and beyond. It includes the story of this founder who started from a simple side hustle and developed it into a multi-generational empire. If you're looking for more content like this to fuel your new venture or side hustle in 2024, be sure to subscribe today to this channel. I provide key skills and processes, also founder film reviews, interviews with founders, vocabulary, tools, and resources to help you to grow your business, get funding, and more. For July, I recommend The $1 Billion Brand Club by Lawrence Igracia and Sean Hopkins. These are stories about radical business model innovators like the Dollar Shave Club, Rent the Runway, and Warby Parker, just to name a few. This is particularly helpful in developing a mindset for spotting unlikely opportunities and unlocking new ways to deliver unique value that pays big. For August, I recommend the book called Keep Going by Austin Kleon. This is a fun little book that stimulates the creative side of your brain. It also includes skills and techniques to help you avoid dipping into patterns of monotony and mediocrity. It's great for self-encouragement and motivation. In September, I recommend Side Hustle by Chris Guillebeau. This is particularly useful if you want to kick off a side hustle to generate some extra income, or if you have a big idea that's going to take some time to develop, you want to launch it as a side hustle. Or even more, if you need some extra cash to fund your big idea, this book gives me a practical guide for generating cash fast to supplement your day job. For October, I recommend Lean Impact by Ann May Chang. This is a great choice for aspiring social entrepreneurs or for anyone who wants to make a real difference in the world. It applies the lean startup principles to social impact initiatives. It has ideas for aspiring starters focused on sustainability, social justice, activism, and human flourishing. For November, I recommend Leading Startups by Derek Liddell. This book is about being an effective leader in an entrepreneurial startup. It's very different from being a leader in a big corporation. And so Lido outlines 4 stages of entrepreneurial growth for a startup and the leadership challenges of each stage. It includes skills of effective leadership and inspirational motivation throughout the startup journey. Finally, for December, I recommend Never Eat Alone by Keith Ferrazzi and Richard Harris. This is the best book of all time, in my opinion, for continuous networking and relationship building. It's timeless techniques for connecting with people, with identifying interests in common, and really a relational context for collaboration. This can fuel growth and aspirations. It includes power skills for founders, leaders, salespeople, or anyone who wants to live a life surrounded by interesting people. So there's the recommended reading list for 2024. And if you want to learn more about the Build, Measure, Learn loop that I talked about in the first book, The Lean Startup, check out my video called Learn the Loop. I wish you every success in 2024 as you seek to launch, grow, and thrive. Keep going.